Recording, share my screen. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is June 22nd, 2020, and I'm Jessica Lopez, your host for the TSJG Neighborhood News, Channel 88. We're gonna go ahead and get started with a COVID update. So I thought this was interesting. So on the left-hand part of your screen, you'll see an update as of June 20th, 2020. We have 3,245 total cases in Fresno County, up by 58 from the previous day. Total deaths are 66. Total hospitalized 298, 299, recovered 938. Compared to 70 days ago. So 70 days ago, we started having this meeting, and I found my first PowerPoint presentation to you all. And this was the update on April 11th, 2020, 7 days ago. The total cases in Fresno County, 201 compared to the 3245. Total deaths, 5 compared to the 66. Hospitalized, 49 compared to the 299. And recovered 31 compared to the 938. So I thought that was a little interesting trivia to see where we started and where we're at now in terms of COVID activity. And it just so happened to be 70 days ago exactly that we started giving this report. Dennis Painter was kind enough to track some data, and he sent it to me this morning. On our last call, he had asked about if there's any COVID activity among other senior living providers in the area. So Dennis, you're welcome to unmute yourself and walk through this data, but essentially, again, total COVID-19 deaths overall in Fresno County as of June 19th was 62. So now let's look at nursing homes in Fresno County. So the total skilled nursing homes, again, nursing homes are skilled nursing facilities with very different regulations. That's a small portion of our campus. There's a total of 32 skilled nursings in our area that have had a positive patient COVID-19 cases. 8 of them have had positive patients. Skilled nursing homes that have had deaths of COVID-19 patients are 3. This next data says Evergreen Care Center has had less than 11.
Probably 1.
Oh, that's 1.
Probably 1. Those two
okay.
are probably 1s.
Oh,
but
okay.
they don't. The way they report it, the DSS
well, they report
or
it as less than 11.
CDC,
right.
they report it as less than 11, but it's probably 1 for each of those.
And then you see Dicora Health here has the majority, and those have had, these are deaths or these are people that have had COVID-19
No,
cases?
those are deaths. They've had, and there's one more as of today report. So they've had 33 deaths in that one facility. And we probably have only had 35 deaths total in nursing homes.
Yeah, in our area. And then it's
in Fresno County.
Fresno City skilled nursing homes that currently have patient positive COVID-19 cases is 2.
Only 2 facilities are reporting positive cases. And
again,
that's down to 1 today.
This is just skilled nursing data. So this is not
just skilled nursing, not
independent living data or anything.
No.
else.
Yeah, I don't know that there is that
there
data.
Is no
I don't
tracker.
think.
Yeah, not to my knowledge. And then skilled nursing homes in Fresno County that have had positive COVID-19 cases is 17, right? Is there anything else you would highlight on there, Dennis?
No,
okay.
I find this data interesting because it tells me that most of the skilled nursing homes must be doing a phenomenal job at protecting their patients.
Yeah.
And then it also tells me that once the dam breaks, you get 1 or 2 positive cases, it can really go crazy on you.
Yeah, it can really quickly.
Which is what happened down the street from us.
Yes.
So that's why it's so important to maintain our vigilance so that we don't get breached.
Yes.
Uh,
Thank you. For San Joaquin Gardens, as of today, we still have 0 positive cases and 0 PUI cases or persons under investigation. So nobody is being tested or is positive. Our cumulative data to date, again, total positive cases to date, 2, 1 team member, 1 resident, both have since recovered, and we've had 207 PUIs or tests done by on residents and or team members. I was asked to provide an update on Human Good overall in terms of COVID activity. So Rydell Park, which is the largest CCRC or life plan community in all of Human Good, located in Pennsylvania, has 5 positive residents and 7 positive team members. Rosemont, also located in Pennsylvania, has 1 positive resident. Valley Verde has 3 positive team members, which is in Santa Barbara. Judson Park in Washington has 1 resident and 2 team members that are positive for COVID. Plymouth Village in Redlands, California has 1 team member positive. Royal Oaks in Southern California has 8 team members that are confirmed positive. Terraces of Los Gatos in Northern California has 1 resident that's positive. And then all of the affordable housing total, which has 95 different communities within that bundle, has 6 confirmed positive cases. As a reminder, some of the symptoms associated with COVID-19 and to report those symptoms should you experience them to us or your medical provider. Also a reminder that masks are now required in the state of California. So any public or high risk setting, they are asking that you wear a mask or face covering for your protection as well as the protection of others. Pretty much anywhere on campus, you should be wearing a mask, with the exception maybe of when you're out walking your dog and no one's around. You don't need to have the mask on, but maybe have it on your body so you can obviously put it on in case somebody comes up to interact with you. But we would appreciate your commitment to wearing your mask. Be the masked man. And then obviously we do ask that you please wash your hands, which is a great way to fight COVID-19. Most importantly, and this is to what Dennis was saying earlier, it is so important for us to keep COVID out. And a lot of that comes from us monitoring and tracking our team members, having them stay home when sick or symptomatic, etc. So, letting us know if you're sick, staying home, if you have any sort of symptoms, staying 6 feet away from folks. That's going to be our predominant method of keeping COVID out of our campus. And certainly if it gets on our campus, it'll keep it from spreading quickly should we take all of these actions. Some new information to share with you all. As you know, the state of California at large is now in phase 3. Movie theaters are opening. Church worship is opening. In fact, a friend of Valerie's husband became COVID positive. Don't worry, she's not interacted with them. Because they attended their place of worship and were singing in the band at the church. And then he then gave it to his wife, who became COVID positive. So there's a lot of still risk associated with this type of behavior, although we are in phase 3 as a state. And so again, what does that mean for the terraces at San Joaquin Gardens and Human Good? Well, as you know, not much has changed in terms of reopening. For San Joaquin Gardens, we remain largely as we were, with the exception of the salon and the pool opening. There really isn't any lessening of the current restrictions. Why is that? The Department of Social Services, who regulates life plan communities such as San Joaquin Gardens, has put a plan in front of the governor for approval, much like the plan that we have in place federally, which governs our skilled nursing facility area of our campus, which would allow for some lessening of the current restrictions in a safe manner. The governor has not yet signed off on that order. We're getting word from Leading Age, which is our advocacy group for not-for-profit life plan communities and affordable housing communities throughout the nation. belong to Leading Age, which is our advocacy group. And Leading Age is actually working with the governor's office, and they're asking for residents to give their feedback. So if you are so inclined, you can contact Governor Newsom at his phone number, or you can click this link. This information was emailed out earlier today, and we can also put in your message box. And you can simply call the governor and say, my name is Jessica, and I live in the terraces at San Joaquin Gardens in Fresno, California. And I'm calling to urge Governor Newsom to begin safely reopening our state's retirement communities, which are licensed by the Department of Social Services. Much of our population is active, independent, and want to see friends and family. However, the state's current policy disallows visitors, group activity, and communal dining. I urge you to please begin the reopening process in a safe and responsible manner today. You could also choose to say, Governor Newsom, I would like the current restrictions to stay as they are. The point is, this is your home, and these regulations are impacting you. And therefore, you should have a voice in what our future looks like. And I can only do so much as your executive director. As I have told you, my commitment is that we will always keep 2 tracks happening on our campus. One for those residents who want to shelter in place in their apartments because of underlying conditions or just general safety and concern for being around the general population of folks due to risk of COVID. And then another for folks who are getting depressed, who are unhappy and want to have some communal activity on campus in a safe and controlled environment, as safe as we can make it. And I understand that both of those needs need to be respected and need to be answered. So my job is to provide all of you the information for which you can advocate for yourself, have control during this uncontrollable time. So should you want to participate in this call to action, you are welcome to. You're obviously not required to by any means. It is just something for you to utilize should you want to do so. And again, we cannot open our library, open some outdoor fitness classes. We can't do anything like that until we get approval from the Department of Social Services to do so. So until Governor Newsom allows us to unrestrict some things, things will stay as they are currently. So again, this information will be put in your message box. It was emailed out, and you are welcome to utilize it as you see fit. Again, as we just discussed, we are in our phase 2, which is meal pickup. We are continuing to shelter in place, really just the salon and the pool are open. But as we want to move into phase 3, which would be utilizing common areas, having some activity, that depends on the Department of Social Services to approve it. So another way to look at where we're at right now, so dining, salon, transportation, and pool have all been opened with, and I'm sorry, dining is just pickup, but salon, transportation, and pool have been opened with safety guidelines and modifications to the program in place. Our goal would be to do the same for activities, visitation, and gym. But again, we can't do that until we receive California Department of Social Services approval to do so, which right now is hinging upon Governor Newsom's feedback and approval. As a reminder, the pool is now open. The maximum number of people in the pool for an unsupervised swim is 2. The space in the middle of the pool is 6 feet for physical distancing while swimming. So if anybody wants, it's going to be a hot one in Fresno for the next few days as we're seeing triple digits in our forecast. So if anybody would like to get out there, what great aerobic activity, a safe environment for you to be in to get that aerobic activity. Many of you have expressed to me that you are missing the fitness center, missing AJ's classes. Now is the time to get out there, sign up at the concierge desk to use that pool so that you can get some of that physical fitness that you so need and crave back in a cool environment. Earlier, or I guess on Thursday of last week, before my flat tire, I shared with you all that we want to make sure this neighborhood news format is one that meets your needs. Many of you said if we could, you liked having it twice a week, but maybe we could reduce the length of the call to 30 to 40 minutes so that you could do other things afterwards, which I am fine with. But please continue to send me or Michelle your feedback. Is twice a week too much? Is it too repetitive of the COVID information? Today, I kind of took some of your feedback and didn't go too much detail in terms of mask and hand sanitization. You said, I've heard you keep repeating it, but maybe not in such detail. But anyway, if you want a new host for the Neighborhood News, now is the time to act and send us that information so that we can make sure that this time is worthwhile for all of you. So any and all suggestions are welcomed and encouraged. We appreciate your feedback. And thank you for giving us so much information already. We appreciate that. So we also wanted to get your feedback on the following. So currently, Piazza and Milano doors are locked 24 hours a day. And that was put in place initially because of COVID-19 to really keep visitation to a minimum per the state's guidelines. What we have found is during this time of sheltering in place, it's become problematic because many residents forget their access cards, so they get locked out of their building. We have private duty caregivers who are showing up to provide service to these residents and they can't get in. Often I've heard residents are going all the way down in their nightgown to let their private caregiver in so that they can go up and get that assistance. And it's obviously an issue for our own team members when we are delivering packages, because sometimes they forget their card to get in. So our question to all of you is, should we go back to having those doors unlocked at 6 a.m. and then re-secured at 7:30 p.m.? And then the follow-up question is, do we unlock all of the doors or maybe have a main door that we highlight as being open to funnel traffic through? So we really didn't want to make this change without getting feedback from those residents who reside in Milano or Piazza. If you're happy having the doors locked, that we can keep it that way, or maybe we can modify it by either having all the doors unlocked or maybe just one or two unlocked so that we can make sure that the services that are needed for those residents are received and we don't get locked out, especially on a 105-degree day. So please, at the end of this call, we'll ask for some feedback, especially for those residents on the call that live in Piazza or Milano. We would definitely like to hear from you. In dining this Wednesday, June 24th, we will be coming around with Aqua Fresca, which is a refreshing watermelon strawberry infused beverage that will be passed out after lunch this Wednesday. So we look forward to enjoying that. And you'll see the team running around with your Aqua Fresca. The 4th of July is right around the corner. We will be having a special lunch on this day and a special menu, so stay tuned to hear about that. But we also want to remind you that if you don't normally get lunch, to let us know so that we can make sure we put you on the lunch time so that you can get your special 4th of July meal, which I imagine might have some potato salad or something barbecued in it. On Wednesday, July 1st, is that how you spell icy? The Snow Cafe is going to have an icy treat. From 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., we will have the Snow Cafe here on campus. They'll be serving gourmet shaved ice for all the residents and team members. So stay tuned for more information as to where their truck will be parked, and you can come up and physically distance from one another, get your sweet treat, and you can go back to your apartment to eat it or whatnot. But we would encourage you to come out and enjoy that. But remember to stay physically distanced from one another and to be masked when picking that up. Along with your fabulous 4th of July meal, the Lifestyle Enrichment team will be delivering a party in a box with fun and festive items. So look forward to your 4th of July party in a box. I hope that doesn't include fireworks for you to set off in your apartments. I'm imagining not. So stay tuned for more information for your 4th of July party in a box. The Grove residents have been having a roaring good time as the main living room was decorated in a safari theme for all to enjoy. So that's beautiful. In buildings and grounds, it's hot. If you notice your AC is not working properly, please give us a call so we can come and check it out. We've done a lot of preventative maintenance to prepare for the heat wave, so everybody should be cool as cucumbers out there. But the minute you notice that your AC is not getting cold enough, please give us a call. And again, that's 24 hours a day, because if it's even after hours, that's an emergency. We would want to make sure you are taken care of. So it's hot. Let's remember to stay cool and stay in the AC. Again, transportation, if you need a transportation request, please give us that information 48 hours in advance, and one of our lovely team members will be able to do that for you. Sequoia elevator number 2 will be completed on June 25th, with the final inspection scheduled to take place on July 6th. Sequoia elevator number 4, that elevator updating will begin on June 29th. So lots of elevators going on, lots of elevator updating. I needed this earlier. AAA, not when you have buildings and grounds. I didn't think of calling them when I was stranded on the side of 41, but they really will only help you when you're here. So we understand that we've got a lot of less traffic on our campus. Not everybody is driving their cars as often as they used to. So if you have a dead car battery or any situation, please don't hesitate to call Building and Grounds or the concierge, and maintenance or security will be on their way to give you a jump. And again, as always, our security tent is up and running. We're actually looking at purchasing a temporary shed to replace our lovely, beautiful screening tent, so that we can offer a little more AC and a little bit of, what would you say, nicer of a look. And so that will be coming shortly. Happy birthday to Garth Schmidt on June 24th. I thought we had a birthday today. I guess it's not here. So happy birthday, Garth Schmidt. Some resident tidbits. Why stop doing what you love? There is Ardith Bruce, an 84-year-old barrel racer. See, she can do that while physically distancing from everyone. So that's exciting. And then I listen, I love, and I live. Your body knows what to do. Your mind gets in the way. That's Phyllis Suze, a 91-year-old yogini, dancer, writer, singer, musician, and trapeze artist. I couldn't even have done that at 11 years old, let alone at 91. That's amazing. We have confused illness with the process of aging, which can be thoroughly unhealthy. Illness is not a necessary part of aging. Dr. Charles, you guessed her, 94-year-old world masters rowing champion. Check out the guns on him. Way to go, Charles. That's impressive. And finally, a little humor. I hate it when people act all intellectual and talk about Mozart while they've never even seen one of his paintings. Dun-dun-dun. I need somebody here with a, what is that called? Why can't I think of the word? Drum. The 3 hardest things to say are, I was wrong, I need help, and Worcestershire sauce, which I hope I said that right. My doctor said that now that I'm older, I need to install a bar in the shower. And if you can see, he's got some vodka, some Jack Daniels, some Maker's Mark. Oh, and then look at the right hand. You had one job. I don't think they installed that toilet seat correctly, but I am not an expert. Thank you. We now have another verb to describe what happens when we congregate in one spot, ignoring social distancing. It is known as flocking. So let's not flock as a resident population. We don't want to be considered residents who flock to Speranza for lunch. We are now individual free birds flying solo from a physically distanced arena. And with that, right on the half-hour mark, we will go ahead and stop sharing our screen and